That is a picture of the coronavirus, which everybody is talking about. It's all the rage and not in a good way. And every single country has been impacted by it or will be impacted by it pretty soon as it spreads throughout the globe. And it's also impacting cryptocurrency projects. Now, mine is a cryptocurrency channel ordinarily, but I thought I'd do a special video to share with you 5 things that I'm doing in order to keep myself healthy. One of these things that I'm doing may surprise you. It certainly surprised me, the results that I've been getting. So please hold on to that and listen all the way through.
Remote work can be secure and accessible just like your work at the office. For a home office, secure your router with a VPN for an encrypted connection, routing communications of your smart devices through a secure private network. If you're working remotely, don't forget to connect to a VPN. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
Now, before I continue, I want to let you know that none of this is medical advice, and some of the things I'm going to be presenting may not work for you. You do got to check it out for yourself. And I have tried all sorts of things in my endeavor to be healthy. See, not only have I done a lot of research into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, all of that. There's other topics and subjects that I have researched extensively and practiced. One of them being home education. Another one is how can I keep myself healthy? So that's been a particular passion of mine. Let's begin. Number 1, vitamin C. So this is what I know about vitamin C. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin. Human beings are one of the few mammals that are unable to synthesize our vitamins, so we need to get it from external sources. Now, you can get vitamin C in oranges and lemons and chilies and other foods, but in a time where we are facing assault from a new virus, I personally am taking extra vitamin C as a supplement in order to make sure that I get enough for my body. Now, how does vitamin C work? Well, one of the ways that it works is that it is used by the macrophages, the white blood cells in your body. They use it like bullets. So if you think of a macrophage as a rifle or a pistol that goes around killing viruses and bacteria, the vitamin C is actually the bullets that they use. And one of the processes that vitamin C does when it gets inside a cell is that it starts a chemical process that releases hydrogen peroxide, and the hydrogen peroxide kills the viruses. Now, if you want to know more about how vitamin C works, I'm going to have links in the description below. You can watch this video by Dr. Eric Berg, and he talks about how it works. So you can see enhanced antibodies, neutrophil motility, which is a type of white blood cell, the neutrophils, so it allows them to move quicker, and it helps the body make antibodies and the T cells to detect and fight pathogens. And also, as he goes through this video, it increases interferon, which kills infected cells. And vitamin C also helps with tissue repair. Now, there is a thing in the literature regarding vitamin C about bowel tolerance, which is the amount of vitamin C that you need to take that causes you to have the runs. Because vitamin C can't be stored by the body, so any excess the body excretes away. So if my macrophages have too much vitamin C, they can't store it, away it goes. Now, when you're in good health, as I am currently, then bowel tolerance is very, very low. If you're not in good health, then your macrophages need extra bullets, so you need to take more vitamin C. And it varies from individual to individual. So you need to find that out for yourself. You establish what bowel tolerance is, and then you take a little bit less than that. Now, of course, do your own due diligence and do check this out, because there's all kinds of points of view about vitamin C plus some of the other stuff that I'm going to try out, right? This article goes through 7 impressive ways that vitamin C benefits your body. It may reduce your risk of chronic disease. It may help manage high blood pressure. It may lower your risk of heart disease. It may reduce blood uric acid levels and help prevent gout attacks. It helps prevent iron deficiency, and it boosts immunity, protects your memory and thinking as you age. Now, there is one problem. And this is a problem for Big Pharma, which is that it's incredibly cheap and easily available. And it's a threat to Big Pharma's profits, which is why a lot of the mainstream media, I think, poo-poos the idea of vitamin C as a treatment or a preventative measure, as a way of maintaining good health. Now, the critical question is, can vitamin C protect you from COVID-19? And I don't know. Nobody really knows, or do they? This is a new condition, so it hasn't been tested except for this.
Hello, this is Dr. Richard Chang from Shanghai, China, updating you on the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak.
Now, I'm going to link to his channel in the description below. Go listen to his videos because he talks about how in a Shanghai hospital they have been using megadose vitamin C in order to treat people who are suffering from COVID-19 and getting astonishing results. But again, you won't hear about it in the mainstream media because the mainstream media gets advertising and funding from drug companies, as do governments. They get lobbied by drug companies. So that's number one, vitamin C. What's number two? Number two is vitamin D3. Now, this is different from vitamin D2, which you get from plant-based, and it's a supplement. Now, if you're in a sunny country and you're able to go outside and get yourself vitamin D. But I have a dark complexion, and here in England at this time of the year, I don't get enough vitamin D. So I actually supplement during the winter months. And in the summer months, as much as I can, I'm out there in the sun, soaking up the sunlight, making vitamin D. Now, what does vitamin D do? Vitamin D is really, really good for the immune system. This is Dr. John Campbell. He's a retired medical lecturer. I shall link to this video in the description below. Do listen to his videos.
I've found out that there's good evidence-based studies, that vitamin D reduces the probability of contracting respiratory tract infections.
There you go. I listened to that video. I've been taking vitamin D supplements for many years now to keep my levels high. And one of the things that's happened, I'll talk about this in a moment, is I don't get colds, flus, or infections. Now, I'm not saying vitamin C and vitamin D will make sure you'll never get ill. I'm just letting you know what I'm taking in order to give myself a fighting chance and also my family in combating this virus. One of the things about vitamin D is the risk of toxicity, but you can ameliorate that, reduce the chances of that by taking it with vitamin K2, the MK7 type. And when I discussed this with my GP a few months ago, the GP didn't even know about there was such a thing as vitamin K2. What happens with vitamin D is it frees up calcium from the body and then leaves it in the bloodstream. And there you get the risk of calcification and toxicity. What vitamin K2 does is it takes the calcium and it sends it to where it needs to go, into your teeth and your bones and the skin and other parts of your body where calcium is utilized. So it drives out the calcium so it doesn't build up in your bloodstream in toxic levels. Now, vitamin D is available in liver and egg yolks, but again, given what we're dealing with right now, and given my dark skin and where I'm in the world, I am supplementing. And I am taking between about 20,000 IU a week. Now that is all I need to maintain it because my levels are already high. And as soon as the sun comes out, I'll be outside in the sunshine. So vitamin C is number one, vitamin D is number two. What's number three? And then hold on for number five. Number three, the worst mistake in the history of the human race. I came across this article about 8 years ago, 2011 or 2012, and I was seriously intrigued. What is the worst mistake in the history of the human race? Nuclear arms? The Kalashnikov rifle? The combustion engine? No, none of those. This is an article by Professor Jared Diamond, and what he argues in this article is that agriculture is the worst mistake in the history of the human race. And I was like, what? Agriculture? How come? But that gave us wheat and potatoes and corn and stuff. And what he says is that we shifted from being hunter-gatherers to being farmers, and we replaced a very, very diverse diet that we had for one that was largely based on carbohydrates. Nutrient-poor, energy-rich carbohydrates. And I thought, okay, let me try this out. So I cut the carbs out from my diet. And straight away, in the matter of a few days, I noticed the difference. I'd way more energy levels. I was way more alert. I didn't get tired like I used to. And I have stayed on a high-fat, low-carb diet ever since then. And I've had some intriguing health results. I want to let you know that I was a vegan for a year when I was at university, and this was, 30 years ago, before veganism was fashionable. I've also been vegetarian. I was vegetarian for a period of 3 years, and then stopped, and then vegetarian for another year later on. I've also tried the raw food diet and fruit diet and food combining, and none of them have made the difference to my health as being high-fat, low-carb has done. So being vegan and vegetarian, what I noticed at the time, and I was much, much younger than I am now, right? What I noticed is I was used to eat a lot, and I was always hungry, and I used to fart a lot as well. Now, which wasn't all that pleasant, but I didn't really notice any health changes. I still got colds and flus, I still had hay fever. Now, since I've gone high-fat, low-carb, a couple of things have happened. So I don't have white spots on my nails anymore, my hay fever's completely disappeared, And my hay fever used to be so bad that even despite the fact that I was eating lots of fruits and vegetables, my eyes and my nose would be just streaming all the time. So I would supplement with vitamin C, and that would help, even though I was having lots of vitamin C foods. So my hay fevers disappeared, my cat allergies disappeared. I also stopped getting colds and flus completely stopped, apart from one occasion, which was when I had a binge on lots and lots of sweets. That happened earlier this year. I just binged on lots of sweets, and a few days later I had my first cold for donkey's years. But otherwise I don't get colds or flus. And what do I eat? Well, I started off paleo and pretty much drifted over to the ketogenic diet. Now, the ketogenic diet is a high-fat, low-carb diet. I eat moderate amounts of protein, and I eat lots and lots of fat. I eat lots of egg yolks, lots of meat, red meat wherever I can, with extra Kerrygold butter and coconut oil and cooking ghee. And I've done lots and lots of research about it, and I feel so much better. Oh, and I lost a little bit of weight, although I didn't need to lose any weight. But why I'm interested in this is for two reasons. My blood glucose levels are normal, and I don't have the swings that I used to have when I used to eat things like bread and rice and fruits and sugary foods and stuff. Now, one of the problems with having lots and lots of glucose rushing into your bloodstream is that it blocks the vitamin C receptors in the cells. Glucose stops vitamin C getting into the cells, so it diminishes the effectiveness of vitamin C. The other thing about being on a ketogenic diet is that instead of the body using glucose for energy, the body goes to stored fats to produce what are called ketones, and these are metabolized to produce energy. And what happens with the ketones, there's one in particular called beta-hydroxybutyrate, which is a very, very potent antioxidant. Plus, the other thing about being on a ketogenic diet, being on a high-fat diet, allows for the transportation of fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K too. Now, when I was having a blood test to check my blood lipid profiles, I asked the nurse that, look, if I go on a low-fat diet, as is the standard medical advice, how will I know that I've got enough fat to be able to transport the fat-soluble vitamins? And the nurse said, oh, I never thought of that. So that's number 4, high-fat, low-carb diet. This is a TABATA timer. And what this allows me to exercise for short periods. I've been using this timer for about 6 years. You can get these sorts of timers on your mobile phone. And what TABATA is, it's a form of high-intensity exercise. Now, exercise is really, really good for your immune system and your mood. And how TABATA works is it diminishes the time spent exercising. So what I do typically is I'll do 30-second exercise, 5-second rest, do 5 of those, have a minute's rest, and do 3 more rounds. Now that's just, I vary every now and then. That's what I do. And the exercises I do are whatever takes my fancy. You can do whatever takes your fancy. Chin-ups, press-ups, bench presses, whatever equipment you've got to hand. Skipping, jogging on the spot, burpees, crunches. You choose, you decide. There's plenty of information about this on YouTube. And if you want to go and do other exercise, like jogging and cycling and stuff, go ahead and do that. But given that we're all in a lockdown, doing TABATA at home on Skype with your mates may be a better idea. So what's number 5, the surprising thing? Now, I've only started this very, very recently, and I've been quite impressed by the results. Like exercise, like vitamin D, like a high-fat, low-carb diet, like vitamin C, do I guarantee that it will protect you and prevent you from getting ill from coronavirus? I don't. I have no idea. This is untested. However, what it does do, I'm pretty certain, is that it will strengthen your immune system, and it's certainly made a difference to my mood, because one of the things about this coronavirus is I get anxious and worried. I see some bad news and I think, oh my God, what about me and my wife and my kids, right? What it does, it drives oxygen into the cells of your body. And what is it?
The breathing how to change the chemistry. Stress, oxidative stress, it comes through the shallow breathing and a lot of stress coming in, so much pressure on our lives, and that deregulates our chemistry. Now, I found a very effective way how to deal with this deregulative through stress coming in chemistry inside of our physiology.
Okay, this is Wim Hof, a completely, truly remarkable man, and he's devised a way of breathing that strengthens the immune system. Now, he's got, over 20 Guinness World Records. He's also been checked and done loads and loads of studies by scientists. One study that I listened to him talk about was that he taught 12 students of his, this breathing method, which is very simple to learn, and all him and his 12 students were injected with E. coli bacteria. None of them caught ill. There was another control group that didn't use the Wim Hof method, and they all fell sick. So his people didn't. Now, it's very easy to learn, and this is how it goes, right? I breathe in and I'm filling myself up. Imagine, pushing my stomach out, imagining my lungs filling out, filling myself up, and then relax. Now, I'm not forcing the breath out. I am breathing in deeply, but the exhalation, I'm just relaxing. So breathe in, relax. Now I do this sitting down, or you can do it lying down. You do that for about 30 breaths, in, out, 30 times. At the last exhalation, I just hold my breath. I don't breathe in. And the longer I can hold it, the better. I breathe in again, hold it for 10-15 seconds, and then let go, and then start again with the 30 in-out breaths. Now there are apps that you can use to help you with this. There's also lots of videos that he's got on his YouTube channel, and I'll link to this one in the description below, and you can go and check it out. And what I have noticed since doing the Wim Hof method, and I do it between 2 to 4 times a day, is I sleep better, I sleep less, and my mood is better. Plus also I've got an injury here from doing far too many press-ups without adequate preparation, and that seems to be healing quicker than before. Alright, so those are the 5 things that I'm doing in order to strengthen my immune system and keep myself healthy. I'd love to know what is it you're doing. Please put it in the comments below, because others can add to this. Also, if you're in the UK and you want to buy some vitamins and supplements, you're welcome to go ahead and use my affiliate link and use it from bulkpowders.co.uk. The link is in the description below. I'm still posting regularly on my main channel on bittube.tv. Please go and follow me there, and you'll find all my videos that I post pretty much 5 to 7 times a day. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
Tired of just playing for fun? Make a living just by playing your favorite games. You can make anywhere from 1% to 1,000% return depending on the difficulty of the game. Play, win, earn. Betverse.